Big vibes, stay blessed, or say less. It's your boy blkfinesse. We here for another video, and we back. This one's by fieldflix. NFL players who hate each other. You know, it's been some beef going on. Obviously, I watched the Super Bowl. I might give my feedback on it at the end of the video, but truthfully speaking, congrats to the Chiefs, even though I really didn't want them to win, only because of Pat Mahomes. And look, I'm a Patriots fan, y'all. And don't think it's because of the Brady, you know, Mahomes getting caught up with Brady. That's not the case. That's not the case. Look, I got my own opinions on the game. Like I said, I'll talk about it at the end of the video, but let's go.
What you gonna do, boy? I'm punching you. Do it then, boy. And I know what that means. I know what that feels like. And I'm gonna.
Yeah, a lot of these beats were like famous.
You gonna have to come hard. You gonna knock me down.
What happened between you and Talib on the field early in the game?
I don't know. You gonna ask him because he didn't finish the game. Ice up, son. Ice up.
These are NFL players who hate each other.
It's crazy. Like, you can talk your trash when you
beef
win.
With another NFL star not only led to heated trash talk, it led to Mahomes getting trolled by the entire world. The situation
that's
isn't
a
even
filter.
A
He couldn't have been
since
crying like that.
Mahomes already admitted that him and his squad have some history with the Raiders.
Raiders Week is the one rivalry in this league that I feel like is like a college rivalry. You have that little bit of hatred towards that team, and you can feel the energy. It's just different.
But Mahomes wasn't only feuding with the team in general. He had a personal rivalry with one of their best players.
Crosby.
A crazy-looking white boy who's loaded in tats, smokes
got
backwards on live TV, and even bumps Chief keeping their team's
black
locker
characters in his
This is Max Crosby.
Yo, that nigga
Max
looks like a black card.
When they went up against each other in a matchup, the whole world began realizing things between them were personal. Right from the start of the game, Max and the Raiders were kicking the Chiefs' ass. Like, they literally went up 17-0. So the Raiders were feeling themselves at this point, especially Max. That's why now he sacked Mahomes and did a little dancey dance. He started purposely messing with Mahomes just to get under his skin.
Yeah, during this game, I was messing with him a little bit, pushing him on the shoulder, like after the ball was gone, just trying to mess with him to see how he would react. And he started getting irritated.
Come on, man. I understand you touching me, bro, but don't punch me, bro.
At that point, Mahomes was pissed, and after trying to make a comeback by throwing a touchdown, Mahomes ran up to Max and escalated the beef.
Here all day. I'm here all day.
I think it was Kelsey scored.
That shit crazy.
And they were all running around the end zone. I ran straight to him and I headbutted him. Like, what's up?
You walk with the wrong motherfucker. 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 You walk with the wrong motherfucker.
So now going viral from talking trash and damn near even fighting. In the moment, this got Mahomes fired up. He instantly lit up the scoreboard with 1, 2, 3 more touchdowns to stun the Raiders.
23 to
and even taunted
24.
Max and his squad by fingering them with how many touchdowns he threw that day. 4. This entire situation had the rivalry, beef, whatever you want to call it, between Mahomes and Max, making headlines everywhere. But the funniest part of all this to fans was Mahomes' voice during the trash talking.
I'm here. I'm here.
I'm here.
Not only got him clowned by fans saying he sounded like Kermit the Frog, which I can kind of hear.
I've heard it since I was in like 7th grade.
Even his own teammate was mocking Mahomes' voice during interviews.
I'm here. I'm here.
Regardless of the trolling or not, though, the beef between Mahomes and Max will never end. And neither will Debo Samuel's beef with an NFL legend that ended with him getting pranked by little kids. See, Debo's beef with fashion diva Cam Newton,
just a little sauce, just a little drip,
began when the dude was on a podcast talking reckless about Debo's quarterback, Brock Purdy.
But Brock, they're not winning because of him. This may ruffle a lot of feathers, but it's honest. Brock, Purdy, these are game managers. They're not difference makers.
Okay. Before y'all go crazy, right? I'm more of a mutual guy. I understand what Cam is trying to say, but he said it in the wrong words. Now, what I understand with what Cam Newton was trying to say, right? Game managers aren't bad QBs. It's just that they focus too much on execution than precision. If you want me to clarify on that, they focus too much on the play rather than being a playmaker. Like, you focus too much on one read, you start to forget about your second and third reads. You feel me? So that's how I felt about Brock Purdy during the Super Bowl and stuff. You feel me? Like, there's a few times that they could have actually won, but, you know, he got pressured. He didn't really go too well under pressure. Like, he wasn't really making all of his reads. He's only focused on one guy. You feel me? But Cam Newton, on the other hand, guy got to relax a little bit. Like, you had, like, 1 or 2 maybe great seasons with the... You know what? I'm gonna keep my mouth. I'm gonna keep my mouth closed a little bit. It's a little bit too much talking for someone who lost to the Broncos. Like I ain't like. You're haunted for not jumping for the ball. Like it's sick. You're a great QB. I'm not knocking that, but careful, bro. Like just be careful what you say, man.
Listen, motherfucker. I don't give a damn what you do. You don't have to score every time. You just don't have to throw a pick every time either.
Which is true. That's
the looks of
what game managers
really
essentially
lying about
do.
the dude being overhyped, because during Purdy's next matchup, he had the worst game of his career by throwing not one,
Yeah, like
not two,
the Ravens.
not even three,
4 picks
but
is
4
crazy.
interceptions, which also led to him getting smacked. And Cam was definitely watching. Like, that's why he tweeted emojis that, to me, seemed like he was trying to tell the world, told you. Fans just thought Cam was being a washed-up jealous hater, though. So he started being criticized by everybody.
In the year of 2023, where it's all about NFL backups, where is Cam? Not on an NFL roster, right? He sounds like the people literally tweeting at me from their basement, like, get back in the kit. Like, it's like you are at home.
Cam, you know more football than that, right? Come on, Cam. Brock Purdy is the complete opposite of a game manager to me.
Now, all right, it wasn't just a random
So
moment.
I think it's the choice of words. That's why I said, like, I feel like it's because it's the choice of words. Like, Cam Newton calling someone a game manager, and the way he was saying it, made it seem like he was mediocre, like he was bad. Like he's like he just said, you don't have to score every drive. You just have to not throw picks. Like under pressure, Brock Purdy does not do that well, which means, like I said, he is a person who's focused on execution. When you're only focused on one read, then you completely forget about who else is on the field. I don't like those kind of QBs. You feel me? Like, but don't get me wrong. That, for example, that's Joe Flacco, like a Joe Flacco kind of quarterback. He made sure that the Ravens won that Super Bowl that year in 2012. He made sure of it by not throwing picks. The defense won the rest of that game. Same here with the Super Bowl. The defense was holding them off, but Purdy just couldn't get in the end zone. He got in there maybe twice, once or that wasn't even him that threw the first touchdown to Christian McCaffrey. You feel me? They executed the play. Wonderful. Great. Wonderful. And he threw that touchdown to Jennings. Jennings played his ass off trying to get in the end zone. Great. But the rest of the time, you know how many times they didn't got to the red zone, and it seemed like they didn't trust the kicker. Like it seemed like they were trying so hard to get in the end zone, but the problem is y'all ran plays that really didn't need to be ran. You had the best running back in the damn league in there, who overall had 160 yards that game. I'm talking too much, but my fault.
Someone old enough to be Cam's grandpa who was talking either. Once Debo, a.k.a. Purdy's teammate, heard all of this, he called Cam out on live TV.
First of all, Cam Newton stopped texting my phone, bro. He was a fan like 2 weeks ago. Like, that's mad crazy. Like, you wanted me on your podcast after talking about my quarterback, which is funny to me.
And even though Debo kind of just subtly threw that shade, Cam called Cap on all that and tried to expose them even harder.
Debo, my guy, you must stop the cap, bro. You said something like, Cam, stop calling my phone. Like, I got your number. And if I do, put it out there for the people to see. I want the receipt.
So after saying all that, it seemed like things were really heating up. And Debo tried proving that he was the one being real by dropping screenshots of the text that Cam was sending him. The convo started by saying, "Yo, Debo, it's Cam. I'm trying to have you on the pod in the next few weeks. Hit me back." Then Debo responded, "I don't know who this is." So yeah, Cam introduced himself, but after he didn't get a response back from Debo, dude went on a rant like crazy, saying, "F you, Debo. Going silent now? Yeah, aight, lil' bruh. Lose my number, we finna have a problem. Going on K Adams' show and talking about me? Wouldn't expect less, lil' bruh. Focus on yourself, pup." Now, alright, I can't even lie. The weird font or whatever Cam was using had me thinking I had dyslexia and couldn't read or something. But quickly looking at his Twitter, you could see he always types like that, so everyone believed the texts were real. Until leaked messages from a high school group chat randomly came out, where one kid said he managed to get Debo's number and texted him pretending to be Cam. All these boys were geeked up because their prank went viral. Fans couldn't believe Debo got trolled so hard. They were calling him an idiot, saying he was goofy. One even made up a new word and said he got Cam-fished. So regardless if the texts were even from Cam, I'm sure Debo's still hating on dude for getting him involved in this mess. The situation was so embarrassing that Debo deleted all the screenshots, and just when everyone thought the pranking was over, the same kids posted a video where they called Debo and got him to answer.
Yeah, bro, it's been a minute. I was hoping to connect with you, bro. I mean, we got some boys that look up to you, you know what I mean?
What's going on?
Nothing, bro. I mean, I was just hoping to talk. I mean, I don't know if you're busy right now, but I mean, I was just honestly calling to, you know, whatever you got for the.
But phone calls, texts,
Y'all
and some interviews,
weird, bro. Like, y'all invading a man's privacy.
Proved that he hated an NFL legend by using his ass cheeks. All right, before things got that dark, the hate must have been brewing for a while after DK noticed how much Shannon Sharpe was allowed to critique players all over TV. Usually Shannon gets away with saying wild things, but as soon as he mentioned DK, it sparked beef. Everything started when DK's squad was in a game against the Steelers.
Yeah, I think they squashed that on the show when Uncle Shay
down
said.
3 with only 30 seconds left. At first, he made this crazy catch to even keep his team's chances alive. But then only a few plays later, he did something that cost his team the win. Instead of going out of bounds to stop the clock, DK got greedy trying to score the game-winning touchdown and fumbled the ball, which kept the time moving till there were only a few seconds left. So DK's stupid mistake not only killed his team's chances to win, it forced him to settle for a field goal, and eventually, they lost. So after all of that, I could tell Shannon was off the henny because he didn't have any filter when he hopped on Twitter. He criticized DK saying, what was DK thinking? Why try to play hero ball in that situation? Which kinda seemed like an innocent criticism. But it was just the beginning of their feud, because DK's first response was quoting the tweet and saying, stop questioning me, little boy. Now, this was hilarious, because Shannon's literally a legendary 6'2", 220-pound monster. He definitely ain't a little boy.
Like, he looks like he's 6'3".
But DK being a 6'4", 230-pound beast himself with less than 2% body fat, I mean, just look at this dude. He kinda has the credentials to call people little, so I let it slide. Shannon wasn't having any of that though. He tweeted back saying, nothing to question. That was a dumbass play and your pride won't let you admit it. You can't question anything I've done. Pray your resume will be as complete as mine. Pray. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Damn.
And after all that, honestly, DK was in fact gonna enjoy his day, but not without clapping back a final time saying, from the looks of it, I can wipe my ass with your resume. Continue to gossip, you washed up wannabe. Damn. And just thinking about it,
wannabe what?
Some pretty legendary toilet paper. Like one
that
of
man is in the Hall of
teams
Fame.
actually tweeted it out saying, heard someone was looking for Shannon's resume. And the tweet showed off how Shannon won 3 Super Bowls, made 8 Pro Bowl teams, has the longest touchdown catch in playoff history, and is literally a Hall of Famer. So this made me Google what DK's resume was, and it's pretty much nothing. So maybe he's the one who's ass cheeks? Either way, their hate for each other ain't gonna go away anytime soon. But being hated by a single player is nothing compared to the NFL star who's hated by an entire city just because he trolled him with a t-shirt. Yeah. And before I get to that, it's Super Bowl time, baby. So I know we're all more hyped for football than we've been all year. But I'm even...
Yeah, man.
Started a citywide ride.
There was nothing on the
It's been known that the 49ers have been in a rivalry for decades with the Dallas Cowboys. And nowadays, it's no different, because Kittle's always making crazy plays against them and helping his squad beat them over and over again. But for Kittle, dubbing them on the field wasn't enough humiliation. He planned something for his next game that would turn things into real hate, with not only the Cowboys players, their fans, and the entire city of Dallas. Kittle was inspired by another legendary troll, 49er legend Gary Plummer, a man who not only used to dominate the Cowboys himself in the 90s. There was a time he humiliated Dallas when he wore something under his jersey during a playoff game against them that was disrespectful and iconic. What he wore that day was something that Kittle thought would be hilarious to revive, so he secretly wore it under his jersey during their next matchup. And while Kittle went off scoring 3 touchdowns, literally having the best game of his career, which I already thought was humiliation, Kittle eventually whipped out something controversial. Kittle's undershirt was so inappropriate that the NFL wouldn't even post clips of it. I literally had to show this fans video. It said Dallas, and Kittle eventually posted on Instagram for the whole world to see. Now, I'm not gonna act like I didn't comment or even go buy a shirt myself, but Cowboys players instantly felt the hate, so one of their stars, Micah Parsons,
of course, sensitive ass too. He's sensitive too.
You know, George Kittle had 3 touchdowns on us, and he posted this thing to IG. He said F Dallas. I just feel like he's making it way more personal than it had to be. But I'm going to say this, laugh now, cry later. We got something for that.
But even after he said all of that, it wasn't just the players that felt disrespected or tried acting hard either. Fans from all over Dallas started hating on Kittle. Like, one said that he deserves at least a 1-game suspension, maybe 2. Others said it should be 6 to 9 games. One even felt that Kittle was only doing that to go mainstream, so he called him the dollar store Travis Kelce, and someone flat out called Kittle garbage. But even though it seemed like the whole city was against him, Kittle wasn't worried about anybody who felt disrespected by his shirt.
After a rush touchdown, not even your touchdown, you went over to the crowd and you displayed your undershirt. Now, is that undershirt every game, or?
I think that was just on my loop, man. I put it on, just wearing a t-shirt at the game. I don't know how that got on there. I might have been mildly inspired by our guy, Gary Plummer, who wore that in, I'm pretty sure it was the 94 NFC Championship game versus Dallas. So there's some things that need to be worn for the franchise. And I think it's just coincidence that it just happened to appear on my chest on Sunday Night Football.
Okay.
So yeah, after Kittle said all of that, the situation became such a big topic that the No Fun League, NFL, didn't want him stirring up any more problems with other teams moving forward. So they literally fined him $13,000. Kinda seems like the most expensive shirt I've ever heard of, but no amount of fine could have ended the hate between these next players. Cause Tom Brady's hate for another NFL legend fueled him to win a Super Bowl.
I was sitting there thinking,
NFL legend?
Sticking with that motherfucker? And I know what that means, I know what that feels like, and I'm gonna f you up because of
It's all because Brady's contract with the Patriots was about to be over. Teams were reaching out to him, and one organization made him feel like they were actually going to sign him. The Dolphins. Until at the very last second they backed out, and they told Brady they wanted someone else starting instead. This shocked Brady's ego, because not only did he obviously feel like he was still the GOAT, and much better than their guy, Brady got heated just talking about the dude.
I was sitting there thinking, you're sticking with that motherfucker? Are you serious?
Tom probably had no desire to go to that team, but now it's like, why don't you want me?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I look back, I'm like, there's no fucking way I would have went to that team. But they said they didn't want me, and I know what that means. I know what that feels like, and I'm gonna f you up because of that.
Now, even though Brady wasn't name dropping, just taking a look at the Dolphins depth chart of that year, it shows you that the man he was hating on was Ryan Fitzpatrick. This eventually got out, and to everybody's surprise, not only did Ryan himself confirm it, he also exposed that he hated Brady for reasons that nobody knew about.
You probably went through a couple times in the last year and a half or so when people were trying to figure out, are you the motherfucker that Tom Brady was talking about?
Yeah.
That's the most
Had to
recent
be me.
You think it was you?
Yeah.
I feel like Brady respects you.
No, zero respect.
Really?
Would never shake my hand.
Really?
I mean, I've told this story before, but he just pisses me off because kicking our ass every single year, they're beating us, and we finally in 2011 knocked him off. It was right at the beginning of the season. We had this great start. He threw 5 interceptions in the game. It was just wonderful to see. Every single one of them was wonderful to see, and run straight off, no handshake, no quarterback middle of the field. Where are the cameras? Okay, hey, stay healthy, buddy. It bothered me so much because there was no respect there.
Yeah.
And ended up in New York with the Jets and with Miami beating him. The last one was especially sweet because they needed to beat us to get home field advantage, and we go and we score at the end of the game and beat them, and then Kansas City gets home field and they win the Super Bowl.
Did he shake your hand after that one?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Now, even though Ryan tried making it seem like he deserved to be respected because in his eyes, he got the best of Brady in their matchups, the history book showed the exact opposite. The facts prove that Ryan bounced around to 9 different teams during his entire career, and his all-time record against Brady was 3-11. This dude is ass. As embarrassing as that was, though, Ryan talking crazy actually fueled Brady to join a team that Ryan used to play for, the Buccaneers, then try to win him a Super Bowl, something Ryan never got close to achieving. And after Brady beat legend after legend after legend in the playoffs till he eventually held up his record-breaking 7th championship trophy, aka something nobody ever did before,
GOAT.
You'd think Ryan would have given Brady his props and gotten over their beef. But instead, Brady was clearly living in dude's head rent-free, and it was obvious when Ryan got asked who the GOAT was and denied it being Brady. Dude's delusional for that, and that's why Brady clowned him one final time.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. Oh, God, not this again. And I love Ryan, but somehow he's got it out for me. And that's what I actually talked to Ryan Griffin, who's one of our quarterbacks. He said, Ryan's always all over you. I don't know why. So I don't know why Ryan is. Maybe Ryan and I need to have a talk. Ryan's a hell of a guy, too, and I've competed against him. I mean, he's a Harvard guy. Now he looks like he's part homeless, and now he's on TV doing what my future job's going to be. So I think Ryan's got a good thing going. I'm not sure why he needs to, think that I'm after him or something like that.
Just look at Brady.
Shade.
Oh, you're clowning players' entire lives, but referees ruined the NFL's entire season. Just look at this. They were out of control.
Damn, that's shade, bro. Shade, Brady. Now, real quick, I got a few points about the Super Bowl. Purdy focusing too much on the play, not being a playmaker. Special teams, selling the game. That punt return, Diablo Lenore, I don't know how to pronounce his name, probably butchering it. Why would you try to pick the ball up? Fall on it. If it hits your teammate, fall on it. You just gave the Chiefs field position to score. Looney or Fooney, whatever your name is, Jake Looney. I think it's Looney, right? What you thought you was 50 yards out? Why would you kick the ball like that? 3. I mean, obviously Greenlaw got hurt, and he could have been a great candidate to strap Travis Kelce because he was a big part of that defense. I know they were hurt. Tearing your Achilles, bro. I know you got excited, bro. Man, like, I know that hurt, dude. I know that hurt. Like, he probably felt like he costed them the game. Like, he was a big part of that defense. The defense got tired. Offense couldn't score. They was getting flags thrown on them. But the Chiefs, y'all were getting away with holding a lot. Go back on X or Twitter and look at how many times y'all don't hold. Y'all, the running back even tackled Fred Warner before making it to the QB. Let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about y'all left tackle holding Nick Bosa. Now, I'm not a Niners fan, but this is celebrity. This is the America's celebrity team. It's y'all favorite team. This is today's age America's dream team or favorite team. This is today's generation's Cowboys. Y'all are meat right in the Chiefs right now. The refs, y'all thought y'all was playing fair, but y'all wasn't. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, there's really no bias. Pat Mahomes is a great QB, and I respect that. But it was a very defensive game. Defensive game. They held them to 3 points that whole first half. It's just Purdy and that offense could not score because of the playmaking. You feel me? But look, at the end of the day, shout out to the Chiefs, man. They made it all the way, for real. The only hope of beating Pat Mahomes was Brady and currently probably Joe Burrow. Now, Lamar Jackson and their Ravens, they could have beat them if they had let Lamar do what he do and be a playmaker, but instead they made him be a game manager, which I didn't understand. I mean, I get it. It is what it is. But I feel bad for Christian McCaffrey because I feel like he deserved that win. He carried that team on his back, totaling 160 yards rushing and receiving, bro. Like, Christian McCaffrey was already robbed from an MVP, and he was also robbed from a Super Bowl. Like, give this man a ring, please. Like, give him something. Comment, like, subscribe. I'm Blk Finesse. We are out.